Here we have our normalization process, and the first normal form we worked on just making sure there were no repeats and no anomalies, so that had to do with cleaning up the data, especially the social media platforms and the organization affiliations, which we had multiple of, and also making sure that we had a column for the origin, which we split into city, county, and state. And then we decided our primary keys were timestamp, age, gender, relationship status, and occupation status, and this is what it looks like. If you can zoom out. Then we go to our dependencies, and we have some partial dependencies as well as a transitive dependency. And this is how it looks. And then our second normal form, we decided from our partial dependencies and our primary keys, the tables that we were going to include, and we ended up coming up with 5. And as you can see, just different information we have for those. And then our third normal form is very similar, but we also added the organization affiliation info, social media platform, and location info. And then after that, we added some IDs to make sure that everything was unique within each of the tables. And if we go down here, you can also see that too for the organization affiliation, social media platform, and location ID. So now we are going to go to the ERD, and this just, you can, I guess, look however long you need to, but this shows the cardinality and the optionality that we have in the relationships, and we have our linking table for the many-to-many relationships between organization and platform. And yes, this just shows all the tables that we showed in the ERD, and how they're all linked. And then we have our authentication table too up here on the left, which isn't linked but is still part of the database. So we'll go to the database, and here we have our EB root, which is our name, and then the name of the database, EBDB. And then if you go down, we can see the tables here that were included in our ERD. And this connection is important because we will show you in Tableau in a second also how it is connected. So we're going to our website, and this is the home page. And let's go ahead and fill out the survey. So we will just make it simple. As we can see, the default here is Provo, but we have lots of options, but drop downs, and you can pick more than one affiliation, and you can pick more than one platform. And then you can use the scale to talk about your levels. And then we submit the survey, and then it redirects us back to the homepage. So what we can show you first is if you go to the Tableau right now, our dashboard, and we'll show you on the website too. But let's go back to all. It's going to take a second. And all. So right now we have 486 responses. Let's see if that actually had to do with the refresh or not. But let's refresh. And as you can see here, our database that we're using is the EBDB, which we just showed in Postgres. And this shows that it's connected to our RDS up here. So that's good. We'll go back to the dashboard if the computer wants to load. And it's loading, executing the query. Okay, and then this should change to, or it might have already changed. Let's see here, let's try it again. Let's put in another survey. 4 and 2 to submit. And then we will go back here, refresh, just so that we can prove to you that it does work. Okay. And then if we go here, it should take a second to load. And update. If it wants to update. Come on, you can do it. Okay, maybe we'll just come back to the Tableau. It's not really wanting to process right now. So let's go to the sign up page. So let's sign up as test 1, 2, 3 hello world. Hi at byu.edu 4564567. And the access key is employee. So for anybody who wants to sign in. So we have test 1, 2, 3. Let's log in. Okay, so now we are in the user info part, and this is the one that I just made, and we can go in and edit this as an employee. So say I want to change this to my phone number to something different, I can, and if I go down again, it will show my new number. So say we want to search for a specific user though, we'll take the very last one. Let's try to change their validation frequency from social media. So this is interesting because if we try to change it to like 4, it's probably because the cache is still here, why it's loading that, because it's not supposed to as an employee. But let's try again. If we go back to 481, it's back to, the validation frequency is back to 2 because it didn't save because we were an employee and we were not admin. So if we log in as admin now, which is just admin and then admin, if we go in and say with this same person, we want to change it to 4, I guess we'll change it to 5 this time, then it will save because we are admin and we can edit that kind of information. We can also go down and edit our information too if we want. But here we also have our dashboard, and it's not, well, right now it's not with the manual refresh, or it's not automatically refreshing, it's with the manual refresh, so it's not uploaded, but we still have our filters, and you can filter by city and social media platform, and it'll show just like the Tableau that we showed. Then we have our Python information, and this just shows all of what we did to analyze the data to help. We looked at the p-values and the r-squareds, and we did lots of graphs, and we did numerical to numerical and categorical to numerical, and we did some bar graphs to help us look at the information a little bit better. So this is actually really helpful. So this was that. Let's go back to our Tableau. So Tableau is struggling right now, but it is connected to the database. So that, back with our website, we can see that this is encrypted, or it has HTTPS, and yeah, right here. And then we changed our DNS. And if we go onto our AWS, we can see that this is all connected through Elastic Beanstalk and through RDS. And so here we have our INTEX, and we have had lots of deployments. And we can go to Elastic Beanstalk and see that this is where it's coming from. So I believe that is everything.